Hey friends and families, welcome back to another video, and for this week we are back with another KiiBOOM keyboard video. But in contrast to the last one, which is the Phantom V2, that one is a full build keyboard out of the box. Today we are looking at the KiiBOOM Moonshadow, which come in this kit only form factor that you can insert your own keycaps and switches, and this one is more geared towards the custom mechanical keyboard fans that wants a pretty hefty board, I would say, and can still swallow its price point as one of the in-stock options. So let's find out what's in this kit. So for this kit, you will get the kit from the get-go. So this is pretty much it for itself, and you will also get a set of keycap and switch puller, and also you'll get a USB braided cable. The materials is just okay, and I think you got the user manual to tell you what sort of things you can do with it, and the bottom of the box I don't think there's anything else. That's all. Okay, so after taking out the keyboard kit, I would think that this is quite heavy, and I think that this is very nice in terms of how they built it, because the back of the weight is pretty big. Although the KiiBOOM logo might not be someone's taste if they just want like a simple non-engraved part, but I think that this design is acceptable, at least for my taste. I can directly know that this is PC plate, and you got some kind of silicone mid plate foam, and they run screw-in stabilizers, which is pretty cool and standard for custom mechanical keyboard. And the entire construction is pretty solid, and I think that there's not much metal reverberance, so I think there should be a bunch of foams inside, especially case foam. But I'm going to try this out for you guys by using these KiiBOOM switches. They also sent in these matcha latte switches. It is a linear long pole and has 3.6 millimeters of travel, and has about 55 gram actuation and 62 grams bottom out, so pretty standard in terms of weight. And it has a nylon and PC material for the housing, although they didn't state which part uses nylon, which part uses PC. I guess it's a blend. Back to the keyboard itself, I can see that this is using a south-facing RGB LED on the PCB, so you will have no problems using cherry keycaps. And you also get a little nice copper badge for this particular colorway. And I think that you can take it out and use it as another key, I think so, but we'll try it out later. But we are going to do a stock test fit and see what kind of sound it produces out of the box. And for the keycaps, it will be the Akko World Tour London ASA keycap profile that I have used back in the Akko video. So just a quick refresh, it's a double shot PBT material, and it's very tall, so it will produce those kind of talky sounds for those who like that kind of sound profile. So let's do a quick build up and sound test. So after the sound test, I find out that the sound is quite poppy and has a quite of mixture between clack and talk, thanks to the ASA profile with the matcha latte switches. And I don't feel any sort of metallic reverberance, so you don't need to do the force break mod. And for the stabilizer keys, I forgot to mention that they are pre-loop and they are very good except for one enter key that maybe you need to top up a little bit or take out and tune it a bit, because I still can hear a little bit of rattling if you hit it hard enough. But the most important thing, the spacebar, immaculate. And I think that this is pretty cool for someone to try out the hobby if they have that much budget in the first place, and you can just like buy this, plug your switches and keycap and enjoy this kind of sound that perhaps you can't even get from some other kind of kits. So I think, yeah, this is just very good out of the box. But for my taste, I would say that this is kind of in the middle ground, because I don't like boards that are super foamy, and I think that the mid-plate silicone foam does that just a little bit, but it still kind of suppress the sound profile generally because it is silicone, and that kind of dampens sound just a little bit. So to disassemble this kit, you take a look at the front piece. Maybe you have wondered why these things are here. No, this is not for decoration purpose. This is actually kind of like a latch. So you can just kind of push it onto the side, and the top and bottom case will just release itself, and you can actually pull this out. So after taking it apart, we can see that the entire construction is placed on this PC plate, and it's gasket mounted, but the gasket, I don't think there's any like some sort of pour-on strip or anything. So this is entirely dependent on the plate and the middle plate form, it seems, and it is secured by some screws, and you get a bottom case foam, and there's nothing else happening here. And it doesn't have a battery, so yeah, wired only. But generally, this KiiBOOM Moonshadow is quite interesting, and I think that it is very well built for its price point. It's toolless assembly. I like this very much, and you don't need, I guess like I can speak from a beginner's perspective, is that those people, perhaps they don't know what sort of tools they're going to buy to customize the keyboard. So this is a good start-off point, so that they don't just run out halfway during the building process and get a set of magnetic screws. And aside from that, the badge can be removed for an extra key if you wanted to. And the overall anodizing color is pretty clean, and no scratches, no patinas, and the copper weight is pretty cool too. But I personally would not want the logo to be this big. Perhaps shrink it down a little bit, or perhaps if you just forgo the entire thing and you can put the keyboard on the front part here. But yeah, I can't really complain, or maybe I can give some sort of recommendation, is that add a wireless option to this board. Then yeah, this could be very interesting at just 199 USD dollars. A bit tough to swallow for Malaysians because our currency is quite weak, but for you living in the US, this is pretty good to just grab it in stock, and you can try it out through the links down below. Yeah, so this is all for this video. You got anything to say, drop it down in the comments below, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.